Welcome back. That was the musical break. Beautiful, beautiful song. And indeed, also, Worthy is your name. Just a reminder of the power of the cross as we continue with this week. A lead up to the Easter holidays as we mark the most important, I believe, Christian festivity, that is the Easter, marking the death and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. That's a beautiful, beautiful song. And then that paves way for the what is it called? Newspaper review, yes, and that is what we are looking at right about now. And we start with the Standard, and they go with the headline: General's last wish. That is the 1 year anniversary of the death of this is General Ogola. And so they are looking at the general's last wish crash puzzle. 1 year has passed since Kenya's foremost soldier fell from the skies and perished. The KAF 1501 plane that killed General Ogola carried an abysmal history, a refurbished Vietnam-era warbird that had experienced 2 emergency landings weeks apart. A preliminary report is out, but once some aviation experts say reads more like a cover letter than an investigation. Was this tragedy an accident or the final chapter in a silent war? It's a story that you can read on page 4, and there is the late Ogola there saluting, and then Ogola's will: son and daughter to jointly manage estate, son and daughter to have the liberty to decide how to share properties, all personal clothing to be banned, wife, son, daughter to share emoluments, pensions, compensations, and gratuities, 50% for the widow and 25% for each child. Daughter to get grandmother's Bible, widow to get property at Hatheru, or properties not included in the will, shared between son and a daughter. And you can read those last wishes of General Ogola. It's covered on page number 4. And still on the Standard, the front page: government threatens to shut KTN. That is a story that is covered on page number 2. And I was watching the same, and they are saying due to a pile up of a cost in as far as the regulatory charges that they are supposed to pay to the Communications Authority of Kenya, they have not been able to, and they are saying they owe, according to the Communications Authority, 48 million shillings. But they are saying, they are disputing this, saying that they have paid a little, and so they are saying this is just but one way of gagging the media, especially they are saying the Standard Group, which they say has been speaking truth to power. And so it's a story that you can read on page number 2. And it's unfortunate if we can resort, or the government, that is, can resort to using state corporations and institutions to threaten anyone who is perceived to be critical of the government of the day. SOC body of girl banned to be exhumed. That's on the County News, page 23. And then sports page: Barca on brink of Champions League semi-finals. That's a story that is on the sports page today as well. And remember, they continue with the second leg today. The financial pullout today: it's all about state's dream of cooking gas pool to cut costs. Impact Petroleum PS's infrastructure will encourage competition, increase supply of clean energy, and protect environment. It's a story that you can read on page number 19. And then I also see Kenya's universal healthcare at turning point. It's a story that is covered on page 20 and 21 as well. Then there was relief at the pump as fuel prices drop in latest EPRA review. So some 1 shilling, that is a bob, has been reduced from these months' prices, pump prices as well. Looking now, that was the Standard. Looking at the Daily Nation: why is Kenya still in Haiti? they ask. Biden, China and Russia vetoed the USA's push for a UN peacekeeping force. And so the nation is asking, why is Kenya still in Haiti? Contributions to the trust fund for the multinational security support mission for Haiti. And there are countries there that have pledged: Canada, USA, Germany, Korea, France, Spain, Italy, Turkey, and Singapore. And the amount that was pledged and the cash that has been received so far, and seems like they have honored their pledges, those countries as well. 4.6 billion shillings, what Kenya has put in, 14.3 billion shillings, what nations pledged. And you can read that as well. And the questions are saying 2 police officers are dead, while 2 others are seriously injured 10 months into the Kenyan-led multinational security mission in Haiti. Many of the countries that pledged monetary and other support for the operation to stabilize the gang-riddled Caribbean nation have since kept away, leaving President William Ruto and his government to do the heavy lifting. But with funding shortages, faulty equipment, and bickering amongst financiers, is it still worth keeping our forces in harm's way in a far-off land? That is the question the nation is asking, and you can read more on page number 4. And revealed how goons are getting tear gas canisters from rogue police officers. Hey, I'm telling you, it's a story that you can read on page 14. And so now goons are even now getting tear gas that is meant to be used by police officers, but now finding their way into the hands of goons. Fraudsters stole my identity. Kenyan jailed in UAE over 81 million shillings scam pleads. Is it a case of mistaken identity? According to the person, he says it is a mistaken identity. Then the back page of the nation, Supreme Court moves to shield landowners from grabbers targeting expired leases. That is on the back page of the nation. And death on 2 wheels, borders killing more people than cars in road crashes. In one of the wards at Nakuru Teaching and Referral Hospital, James Macharia writhes in agony. His heavily plastered leg hangs in the air as he grimaces in pain. Macharia's motorcycle collided with a public service vehicle on the Nakuru-Nyahururu highway, flinging him and his passenger nearly 50 feet into the air, according to a close friend. His passenger, a young woman in her early 30s, died instantly. Macharia's case reflects a growing crisis, one that paints a grim picture of Kenya's dangerous roads, where motorcycles, popularly known as borders, are becoming increasingly deadly. Once praised as an accessible income source for youth and an efficient transport option, they have gained notoriety as death machines. And if you ask any family, one way or the other, directly or indirectly, they have been affected by the same issue of border accidents. It's a story that is covered on page 2. And then I see inside the Daily Nation, the DN2 Healthy Nation pullout. And today they are talking about inside a special pullout as Nation Health Summit begins. The long road to universal health coverage, they say, and there is their President Uhuru Kenyatta, former President William Ruto. Then we see the current health CS, Aden Duale, former health CS, Cecily Mbarire, and then governors here, the likes of Kahiga, Waiguru, Kangata, Mbuki. You can read that in the pullout this morning as well. And so that is what is being covered in the nation. Looking at the sports page, Omanyala, Tebogo, and Simbine wow crowds in Botswana. That is the sports page as well. And then another news: subsidy helps cut pump prices to lowest in over 2 years. That is a story in as far as the pump prices for the next 2 for the next 1 month. And past ghosts haunt Ruto cabinet nominee Roko during vetting by MPs. And so again, you can read what is being reported. Looking at the business section, the business side, and the business news, the Business Daily, Nigeria freezes NBK sale despite Kenya's approval. CBK node clears first hurdle in KCB Access Bank deal. Nigerian bank under pressure to sell DRC subsidiary. And so that you can read. Then I see Trump signals resumption of trade talks with Nairobi. I think that's some good news there. And interbank lending rates fall to 20-month low. The rate of interest charged on short-term loans made between banks has slammed to a 20-month low, reflecting the impact of the CBK's moves aimed at bringing down credit costs. And pump prices will fall by up to 2 shillings and 40 cents per litre for the April 15th, May 14th review cycle after the state retained the subsidy scheme yesterday. And that is to, again, cushion the wananchi from the high cost of pump prices, because it has a ripple effect on the economy. Right. Haya, wacha tuangazie gazeti la Taifa Leo wana ripoti yapi. Midomo miwili ya ODM. Na kuna picha pale ya wanayeita baba Raila Odinga, na pia kuna viongozi kadha wa kadha upande wa kulia, na waona vibaraka wa serikali, na vibaraka wa serikali kuna mbunge Peter Kaluma, kuna mbunge Junet Mohamed, na kuna seneta Oburu Odinga. Na pia sasa kuna wakosoaji wa serikali, mbunge Babu Owino, seneta Edwin Sifuna na gavana James Orengo. Kwa hivyo wanasema pale, na baba ako pale katikati, midomo miwili ya ODM, mirengo hii miwili inapouma na kupuliza serikali, Raila Odinga amesalia maji mtungini. Tangu kinara wa ODM Raila Odinga aanze ushirikiano na serikali ya Rais William Ruto, chama chake ni mnara wa Babeli. Ipo kambi ya makombora dhidi ya serikali kila inapokosea, lakini upande wa pili kipo kikosi ambacho hakina tofauti na kwaya ya sifa ya serikali kwa lolote. Ukurasa wa pili gazeti hilo la Taifa Leo. Na pia naona spoti pale, ni ngoma ya mauano UEFA pata uhondo kemkem kuhusu fataki za robo finali ya klabu bingwa Ulaya, na habari kede za spoti. Haya ni gazeti la Taifa Leo, and of course you can grab your favorite copy, get to read what is being reported in the dailies. And we say as believers, it is to ensure that we are praying for this nation from the grassroots all the way to the top. Amen. Amen. Right about now, let us pave way for the video of the day. See you in a short while.